The entire sports world has just been turned upside down. 2 minutes ago, history was rewritten. 2 minutes ago, the WNBA's most electrifying star made a move nobody saw coming. Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom who had the league in the palm of her hand before injury snatched her away, is back, and she chose today to silence every critic, every rival, every fan who thought her reign was already fading. The announcement didn't come from ESPN, didn't come from the Indiana Fever. It came from a leaked insider video, dropped out of nowhere, showing Caitlin Clark lacing up her sneakers inside the Fever locker room. And just like that, the arena erupted in chaos. Teammates screamed, opponents froze. Reporters scrambled to confirm what fans were already screaming on social media. Caitlin is back, but here's where it gets even more shocking. Within minutes of her return being confirmed, whispers started spreading about a fiery locker room. Feud leaked text messages between players who are not ready for Clark to steal the spotlight again. And even a secret voice recording of a coach warning, the league isn't ready for what's about to happen. What does that mean? Is Caitlin's comeback already dividing the Fever from the inside? Is this return scripted by the WNBA too? Save collapsing ratings. Or is this really the most unplanned, jaw-dropping comeback in league history? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. The arena lights dimmed, the crowd held its breath. And then, like something ripped straight out of a Hollywood movie, she appeared. Caitlin Clark. The name alone sends shockwaves through the sports world. And tonight, her return from injury wasn't just basketball, it was an earthquake. For weeks, fans, teammates, rivals, and the entire WNBA had been waiting, whispering, speculating if she would ever bounce back this season, and now the impossible just became reality. 2 minutes ago, in front of a stunned audience, Caitlin Clark walked back onto the court, and the reaction was unlike anything we've ever seen in women's sports. The energy was so explosive. Fans were screaming like it was the Super Bowl. Players froze mid-warm-up. And even opposing coaches stared in disbelief. But here's the thing, this isn't just about a superstar returning to play. No, this is about secrets, betrayals, and the messy truth hiding behind her so-called comeback. Because insiders are already leaking that what you just saw on the court was only half the story. And trust me, what went down in the locker room before Caitlin suited up could blow the entire WNBA wide open. So how did we get here? Let's rewind just a little. Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, the ratings engine, the woman single-handedly saving the WNBA, went down weeks ago with an injury that many feared could end her rookie season. Overnight, the league's viewership numbers collapsed. Fever games dropped 40% in ratings, and non-Fever games cratered by nearly 60%. The WNBA without Caitlin looked empty, soulless, irrelevant. Sponsors panicked. Networks started calling emergency meetings. Rival stars like Angel Reese and Aja Wilson suddenly saw their chance to steal headlines. But the numbers didn't lie. Without Caitlin Clark, fans just weren't tuning in. And while the cameras showed her sitting courtside in street clothes, insiders say behind the scenes she was battling something far darker than an ankle sprain. Anonymous Fever staffers leaked messages suggesting that the team's medical staff and front office weren't on the same page about her recovery. One leaked email reportedly read, "She wants back sooner than advised." But ownership sees ratings tanking or under pressure. Did the Fever rush her return for the sake of money and TV deals? Or did Caitlin herself force the issue, determined to reclaim her spotlight no matter the risk? The drama only deepened when a mysterious voice recording surfaced on social media last week. In the clip, grainy but chilling, you can hear what sounds like a heated argument between a player and a coach. A female voice, trembling but fierce, says, "I'm not sitting out while they write my story for me." And a man replies, "If you step back on that court, you're gambling everything, not just your career, but the team." Fans are convinced it was Caitlin Clark and Fever head coach Christy's sides. Neither has commented. But the timing is suspicious. Meanwhile, teammates were starting to crack under the pressure during practice footage leaked by a ball boy on TikTok. Sources say Nolissa Smith was caught yelling across the court, "We're not your props, Caitlin," hinting at growing tension inside the Fever locker room. Some players reportedly felt like their entire careers were being overshadowed by the Caitlin Clark show. And here's the kicker: insiders claim one veteran even broke down in tears, accusing the team of caring more about ticket sales than her health. The social media chaos was relentless. One viral post read, "WNBA within minutes, #CaitlinConspiracy was trending worldwide." Twitter X users began dissecting every frame of the leaked clip, matching voice patterns, analyzing hand gestures, even comparing shoe brands on the mystery figures. One fan swore they could hear a voice yelling, "You're risking all of us for yourself." Another claimed they saw a towel being thrown. But the wildest theory came from a supposed insider account that dropped a bombshell. The clip is real, and one of Caitlin's teammates threatened to sit out if she returned tonight. League officials overruled it. Now, here's where it gets messy. Just as fans were digesting this, a screenshot leaked from what appeared to be a group chat among WNBA players. The messages allegedly between several Fever stars painted a picture of a locker room on the edge of collapse. One message read, "If she plays, we're done. She's bigger than the team, and they know it." Another added, "We're pawns in the Caitlin circus." And then, chillingly, "I'll make sure she regrets it." True or not, the screenshots went viral, and suddenly the question shifted from, is Caitlin healthy? To, is Caitlin safe? Because if her own teammates were plotting against her, it wasn't just about basketball. It was about betrayal. On the court, the tension was visible. Caitlin's passes seemed sharper, almost defiant, as if she was trying to prove a point. But every time she scored, the Fever bench looked split, half cheering, half stone-faced. Then, in the second quarter, the cracks widened into a full-blown fracture. During a timeout, cameras caught Nolissa Smith and Caitlin exchanging heated words. Smith pointed at her knee brace, shaking her head furiously. Caitlin snapped back, jabbing her finger toward the scoreboard. Teammates rushed between them, but the damage was done. The feud was out in the open for millions to see. And the chaos didn't stop there. Midway through the second, Caitlin drove hard to the basket, got fouled, and crashed to the floor. The arena gasped. For a moment, it looked like history was repeating itself. Was she hurt again? Trainers rushed in, but Caitlin waved them off, glaring at the opposing bench. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something else. On replay, it looked less like a defensive foul and more like a cheap shot. Did someone try to take Caitlin out on purpose? Twitter erupted. One viral post read, "They're targeting her. Protect Caitlin at all costs." Another user slowed down the clip, claiming they saw an opposing player smirk after the hit. Then came the bombshell. A fan courtside posted shaky phone footage that captured Caitlin shouting at the ref, "You know they're coming for me?" The league tried to bury it, but once it hit TikTok, the clip exploded. Meanwhile, whispers about a bigger plot started swirling. An anonymous email sent to several sports blogs claimed that WNBA executives had been in secret meetings about Caitlin's return for weeks. According to the email, there were fears that her absence was tanking TV ratings so badly that sponsors were threatening to pull out. One line read, "If she doesn't play soon, we're facing a financial disaster." Suddenly, her dramatic comeback looked less like a miracle and more like a desperate business move. Even celebrities weighed in. LeBron James tweeted, "The game don't move without stars. Protect Caitlin. Period." Megan reposted, "This is what happens when leagues exploit players for ratings." And Angel Reese never one to stay quiet when live on Instagram, cryptically saying some people can fake it for the cameras, but real ones know the truth. Fans took it as a direct shot at Caitlin, fueling another round of online warfare. Reese's supporters flooded comment sections with hashtags, like #overratedClark. While Caitlyn's army of fans clapped back with hashtags, she is the WNBA . But then came the most shocking twist yet. Late in the second quarter, as Caitlyn lined up for a free throw, a fan in the stands unfurled a massive banner. It read, "DNA test now." Security swarmed, tearing it down, but the cameras had already captured it. Within minutes, rumors exploded that Caitlyn's personal life was about to be dragged into the fire. What did a DNA test have to do with basketball? According to one wild theory, Caitlyn had been hiding a secret relationship, and someone was threatening to expose it right in the middle of her comeback. Inside the Fever locker room at halftime, things hit a boiling point. Multiple sources. Claim voices were raised, objects were thrown, and Caitlyn herself had to be pulled back from an explosive confrontation. One insider told a blog it wasn't about her injury anymore. It was about trust. Some of them don't want her here, and she knows it. Yet, when she walked back onto the court for the second half, Caitlyn wore a cold, defiant smile. Almost like she knew something the rest of us didn't. Almost like she was daring her haters, her teammates, and the league itself to stop her. But just as the whistle blew to start the third quarter, a chilling update came across the newswire. An anonymous source had just handed police what they claimed was evidence that Caitlyn's injury wasn't an accident at all. It had been deliberately caused. And with that revelation, the entire game and Caitlyn's return was thrown into a whole new light. The arena that had been buzzing with excitement hours earlier now felt like a pressure cooker about to blow. Whispers of sabotage spread like wildfire. News outlets scrambled to confirm the bombshell police leak, suggesting Caitlyn Clark's injury wasn't just bad luck, but a calculated move. Suddenly, every tackle, every fall, every grimace from that fateful night weeks ago was being replayed in slow motion on national television. Commentators zoomed in on body language, on the smirk of an opposing player. On the odd way, the foul looked more like an ambush than a basketball play. And then came the chilling detail. Anonymous insiders claimed that league officials had received threatening emails before Caitlyn's original injury, warning them that if she kept dominating the headlines, steps would be taken. Those emails were never made public until now. Screenshots leaked to TMZ-style blogs showed cryptic lines like "She is not bigger than the game and take her out, or we will." Whether they were real or fabricated, the effect was nuclear. Social media descended into outside the arena, the investigation intensified. Reporters uncovered that the black SUV seen circling Caitlyn's condo weeks before her injury belonged to a company linked to a major WNBA sponsor. Suddenly, this wasn't just about jealous teammates or rough fouls. This was corporate. One insider claimed the sponsor had threatened to pull millions in funding unless the league balanced out the spotlight. And Caitlyn, by sheer dominance, had become the target of their wrath. Meanwhile, players around the league began breaking their silence. A cryptic tweet from Diana Taurasi read, "The game will eat you alive if you let it." A viral live video from Angel Reese fueled speculation when she smirked and said, "Y'all about to see who's really running this league." Even NBA stars chimed in. Kevin Durant posted a now-deleted tweet saying, "Protect her. This is bigger than hoops." Caitlyn, refusing to stay silent, stunned reporters after the game. Visibly shaken but unbroken, she looked into the cameras and said, "You can try to break me. You can try to bury me. But I'll expose every single one of you before I ever quit this game." The clip went nuclear, sparking a firestorm of support. And fury. Then came the cliffhanger nobody saw coming. Hours after Caitlyn's explosive statement, the FBI confirmed they were officially stepping in, citing evidence of credible threats and potential criminal activity tied to her injury and disappearance rumors. And the most shocking part? Rumors swirled that Caitlyn had already handed investigators name the person she believed had betrayed her. But here's where everything hit peak insanity. Just as this news broke, a mysterious burner account posted a single message. "The truth comes out tomorrow. Caitlyn won't be the hero you think she is." Screenshots of the post spread like wildfire. Was this a bluff? A smear campaign? Or was Caitlyn hiding a secret of her own? Fans, teammates, and the entire sports world were left on edge. The lights in the arena may have dimmed. But the storm was only beginning. Caitlin Clark was back on the court, but the battle raging off it threatened to consume not just her career, but the future of the entire WNBA. And as dawn approached, one question echoed louder than any buzzer. Would Caitlyn survive the war she never asked for? Or was this just the beginning of her downfall? This story is spiraling faster than anyone could have imagined, and we're only scratching the surface. Caitlin Clark's shocking return isn't just a comeback, it's the spark of a war that could expose the darkest secrets the WNBA has been hiding. Leaked voicemails, locker room betrayal, mysterious SUVs, FBI involvement. This is no longer just about basketball. This is about power, sabotage, and survival. And make no mistake, what comes next could end careers, ruin reputations, and flip the league upside down forever. But here's the truth. The next wave of leaks is coming. Anonymous accounts are already promising to drop receipts that will change everything by tomorrow. If Caitlyn really named her betrayer, then we are on the verge of the most explosive revelation in sports history. And if the burner accounts are right, if Caitlyn herself is hiding something, then this entire saga could take a twist no one is ready for. So don't just watch from the sidelines. Smash that like button if you believe Caitlyn deserves the truth. Drop a comment below. Who do you think betrayed her? Was it a teammate, a rival, or someone even higher up? And most importantly, subscribe right now and hit that notification bell, because the next chapter of this scandal could break at any second. You don't want to wake up and find out the biggest twist of the year without being first in line. Stay locked in, because the real story has only just begun.